Alright, welcome back again. So, kuna kitu like huwa inanidisturb sana. Like unapata kwamba jamaa anakuja anakuambia yo, today I'm dating, si ndio? In this minute anakuambia kwamba I'm dating. Alafu mnakutana after 1 week ati tuliachana na ule jamaa, tuliachana na ule dem, niliachana na ule boy. So, what's really contributing to this, to the high rate of relationships breaking up, like vitu kama hizo? Nini ina contribute hasa kama youth? Naona
For my youth, I'd say depending, because one, the high level of technology that has enabled us to have phones, it may limit communication in that relationships are supposed to be realistic. Realistic in the fact that we should be meeting, or we should be talking, or we should be bonding. Na with us kidogo imekuwa limited in that we're just a phone call away ama a text away. I'll text you, we'd talk, and most of the times we won't meet up. So unaona, most of the times before I write something huwa nafikiria. The same to the other partner. So akona inaitwa nini? Akona hiyo control ya kufilter kitu anataka kusema. Like right now I'd meet a woman and talk to her and tell her I like you. Can I get your number? And after getting the number, maybe 1-2, we text, get to know each other, unatoka wapi, create that rapport, get to know her through the text before to meet physically. So the moment tuna meet physically, maybe through a moment of talking, alikuwa grow that perception of me in her mind that I look like this, like this, like this, and but sasa tukifika on the ground, anapata the perspective is very different. Perspective yake sasa na perception are very different. So anapata I am maybe someone who's not as what she thought I am. So one, communication. There's lack of, poor communication, I'd say.
let's say poor
Yeah. And then compatibility. Are we compatible? I must look at that very fast. Are we compatible with this significant other? Is she up to what I want? I'm not saying up to what I want in terms of maybe financially, maybe urembo, because you're always not going to meet someone who's complete. Yeah. So you're going to meet someone who's willing, but you must meet someone who's willing to work on themselves. In that maybe, for example, if they had a problem with communication, they'd adjust to a level of communication. And maybe you'd be talking, meeting, and bonding. And then 3, I'd say illusion, infatuation. I'll say 1, infatuation is the fact that maybe that love doesn't exist. Whatever you're feeling for that person doesn't exist at all. We had talked on the phone, she liked me, she had created that level of love within herself. Sasa tuna meet, and I realize physically it doesn't exist. There's no, that's hakuna hiyo,
that bond,
hiyo bond haiko. And then I'd say micro-cheating. Micro-cheating is, you see, mimi niko na significant other, and there are things in my phone, I'll just go direct, in my phone, enye sizi taka my significant other aone. Ama significant other akona vitu zenye ziko kwa simu yake, na haizi taka mimi nione. Ama for example, ninaweza kuwa na chat na mtu, na sitaki hajue. So these are patterns that sometimes you end up assuming. Like maybe for example, you'd find your girlfriend is like she has no boundaries. Boundaries with other guys. Mkiwa na yeye, the way she behaves, and maybe una ignore hizi vitu. So hizo ni micro cheating. They'll often lead to a bigger picture, because utakuwa na realize like there's this something alifanya back then and I ignored. Sasa imelead kwa hii.
But kuna mtu alisema kwamba no, ukitaka kujua like the kind of a girl you are dating still, unaweza angalia ile time, especially mkuwa in public. Kwanza wewe kama mvulana ukiwa na maboys wako, na wenye dem yako ana behave kama boys wako, hiyo kitu it's very important.
Yeah, it's very important.
Very important.
Yeah, because one thing with men, men love respect. Women love status. A woman would want to be with you because of that social security. Maybe you have money, maybe you're good at something, you're educated. You just have that status na esteem. So your status contributes to her self-esteem. Like when she's with you, she feels like a higher self-esteem rather than when she's herself. But men value respect. It's so funny that men would just want to even and the woman is like scared a little bit. So so for men, they like to come out intimidating, and to other men they should never know what you are like from the inside.
Yeah.
So hata mwanamke wako, you'd just like her to be behind you, not because anafaa kukuwa nyuma yako, but because you want to set a tone ama a path. But ukipata she's forthcoming, anakuja like hizo boundaries iko weak sana, hadi wewe unaweza feel trigger. But it's okay to talk about it, mnaweza ongea. But there are those people who don't have that boundary. They lack it totally. And it would be even difficult for her to instill it. For example, unatembea na yeye and you meet two other guys, they want to have a hug. You meet two other guys, they want to have another hug.
But is it wrong? Like ana hug wase, like hiyo kitu ni mbaya ama is it something that it's just normal? So wewe kama mwanaume unaichukuliaje? Is it something good?
I'd say this is a pattern, and it's going to lead to something else.
Wow.
Yeah, because the moment I'm walking with you, I tend to shift off my attention and my intention to only you.
All right.
Yes, tunatembea. Hata mimi siwezi kuwa na meet na my friends out there who are ladies. And I would want to hug, over hug. So there's that too much. Unaona kuna ile too much. Kuna ile unaweza ona huyu amezidi sasa. Na kuna hii nyingine yenye it's just okay, they were having a hug. Yeah.
Okay, another thing ni hii mambo na nini, maybe cheating in a relationship.
Yeah, cheating is very important.
Wewe kama mwanaume, are you in a position to maybe forgive your girlfriend if you find your girlfriend that she's cheating with another man alafu unamshika? Can you forgive her? Ama pia yeye akipata, let's say mwanamke anapata kwamba wewe mwanaume una cheat, inafaa akuforgive? Na what if akikuforgive, is that a relationship maybe leading to somewhere?
I'd want to say, with this, I'd want to look at the camera and say, men never forget when they get cheated on.
Men never forget when they get
cheated on. That's like going to war and being beaten. You never forget that. You never forget that, because it's men who conquer women. I'm not saying conquering in the conquest. I'm not talking about conquering in the times of being nini apana, but it's a man who initiates the conversation with the lady, maybe the other way, but kidogo sana unaweza pata it has happened the reverse. So when he initiates, ataongea na huyu your girlfriend, they get used to each other, and a woman must be comfortable with them, talking to them, being around them, maybe chatting and whatever. And then soon enough, they'll cross that boundary. And they start doing things one after the other. She tell you, oh, Mimi and Steve-O, we're going out for lunch. And you'll be just like, Steve-O is a friend. It's okay, let them go for lunch. The next time, me and Steve-O are going out to watch a movie. And you're like, it's okay. Me and Steve-O are going to a friend's function. And you're like, it's okay. So the moment you'd come to realize, it's too late. And imagine cheating is always not from someone who's very far. It's always someone who's always very close to you. And most of the times you'll find it's your friends, your neighbors, your workmates, maybe even your family members. You never know.
Family members.
You never know. With women, you can never tell. Women are kind of wild people. they tend to think this right now. In the next moment, it has completely shifted.
To something else.
They think it's something else. And so you'd ask me if I'd forgive someone who's cheating? No. Because even if I forgive you, I'll never forget about it. So I'll be lying to myself that I have forgiven you. While in real sense, I haven't. But it's not about forgiving you, it's about forgiving myself.
So forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
So you can forgive the other party and then muna decide kama okay, let's now start afresh.
Do you know the hardest level
you just let it slide?
Do you know the hardest level of forgiveness is that forgiveness of oneself? That's the most hardest one, because with forgiving someone, it's very easy because I might do that because I get something. I get to benefit. There's an interest. Maybe it's because I feel we are not yet done. But forgiving oneself for something that happened, it's very difficult. You have to take a lot of responsibility and accountability for your own actions that maybe even contributed to this cheating. But sometimes it doesn't really have to be about you. And I'm not saying it's the other partner. Sometimes it just happens. And when it happens, you need to forgive yourself and let the other person make the right choice that they made. But for when you asked for women, women cheat because they feel comfortable. Men cheat because they have a chance, an opportunity that has come.
Okay. Kuna kitu nasemanga like women cheat out of emotion. Alafu wanaume like they cheat. Hata unaweza cheat but upendi wewe cheat na yeye. Like you just doing it out of maybe hiyo ni chance tu umepata. Yeah.
Unajua with men, there's something called sexual market. Sometimes
sexual market.
Yeah, sometimes as a man you might have a higher sexual market value than your significant other. Ama the opposite. Your significant other has a higher sexual market value than yours. So if it's your woman, she'll always get people who eat on her. And with time they talk, huyu anakuja, huyu anakuja, huyu anakuja. So if she doesn't police that, and maybe to use a term, I'd say she thinks she has more options, the illusion of she has more options than you. So she weighs the other option and your side. And then you know she's betting against you. Women bet against men. When a woman decides to go the other side, it's because she knows there are more odds on the other side than this side.
So it's always a matter of odds.
Yeah, she's weighing the odds. Yeah. Yeah. But so it's always good to let them go and find out. And
what about aende huko alafu arudi?
No, there's no coming back. There's no coming back. Once you go, you go.
But okay, ladies, no.
They'll always want to come back because they want to know if they made a right choice. This is why women come back. Women don't come back because they love you, care about you, because they found out the other side doesn't care about them more than you cared about.
So she's coming back.
She's coming back to test. To see if she made a right decision, why she left. She's coming to seek for a reason why she cheated. So watakuja kukwambia, oh, you know, this happened and this happened. This is why mimi na wewe hatukufanya nini. And you'd be so dumb enough to accept that. So I'd say, as much as that decision seems so hard, you should let her go. Because in the real sense, wewe as a man, you can never forget, you can never go over that thought that mtu alikugongea. It's always a win and there's no comeback. You know, huwezi rudi kwa ule mwanaume umwambie nini. There's no comeback. For men, women, what they want from women is a woman who is inaccessible. Women want men who have a higher sexual market ama a higher social status, if I may say. In that there are many women who want his man. So akikuwa na yeye, she's the winner. Yeah, so I am the winner. I have the best man, the tallest, the one with the biggest car, the biggest whatever. And yeah, mwenye ameenda gym, akona kifua and all that. Yeah. Yeah, kitu
Okay,
kama
okay.
hiyo.
So lastly, maybe nataka tu upatie wasee advice, especially the youth, on maybe before them signing up for maybe a relationship, ndio. Nataka tu advice what precautions they should take before doing that. Hebu tangalia tu kamera alafu.
I'd say one, before you get into a relationship with anyone, you must work on yourself, understand yourself, be aware, and make sure that whatever you are is what you show, because we are more likely to play games with other people's feelings, believing that thinking that at the end of it we are going to have fun in the long run, while in real sense we'll never have fun. Because I'd say if I love someone, I'm willing to work on myself. If I don't love someone, then I'm not going to take accountability for that responsibility of maybe me being them and whatever. So one, you have to work on yourself. Heal if you have any traumas, because some traumas are deeply rooted from childhood. And then heal from your ex, because sometimes you're competing with ghosts. You love someone, but they're still in love with their ex, who is non-existent. So you get a lot of problems when it comes to handling that type of relationship. So for me, I'd even advise men to work on celibacy. Being celibate means you're not having any sexual relationships with anyone, not even yourself. You are fighting so hard to grow and contain that energy within yourself, such that the moment you are going to find someone, you'd find a higher version of yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing we must always not relate to. One, there's love, and there's lust. Lust is too quick. Lust is, I look at you, I like you, I want to get down with you right now. We do it. And then,
right now.
yeah, and after that, the more we do it, I'll get over it, because I'll be like, I've already achieved the goal of that.
Yeah.
And so what next? It's done. But for love, I am willing to work with you, understand you, grow with you over time. It's long, one is short term. So you must separate lust from love. Then hapo utakuwa unajua who's in love with you, who's lasting. But most of hizi zingine zinakuanga out of lust. That's why they don't even last at all.
Okay, thank you very much, Bwana Steve. I think we've had a very good engagement with you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our conversation. Thank you.